Dr. Elizabeth Chen's research at the Defense Language Institute in Monterey had been analyzing the unprecedented speed of English language acquisition among international students when she discovered what appeared to be a systematic violation of established linguistic learning principles. On September 12, 1961, while reviewing language proficiency data from the past year, she identified patterns suggesting that English comprehension was appearing in subjects who had never been exposed to formal English instruction. "This is impossible according to every established principle of language acquisition," Chen muttered as she reviewed the test results for the fourth time. Students from isolated linguistic communities were demonstrating English comprehension abilities that exceeded their documented exposure to the language by months or years. The linguistic impossibility extended beyond simple comprehension. Subjects were displaying intuitive understanding of English grammar structures, idiomatic expressions, and cultural context that typically required years of immersive study. They weren't just learning English faster. They appeared to be absorbing English linguistic patterns through unknown mechanisms. "Dr. Chen, you need to examine these immediately," called her research assistant Michael Torres from across the laboratory. "I've found similar patterns in military language training data going back 18 months. Foreign personnel are acquiring English proficiency at rates that violate established learning curves." Initial investigation revealed that the accelerated English acquisition affected individuals from every linguistic background. Speakers of Chinese, Arabic, Russian, Spanish, and dozens of other languages were displaying English comprehension that exceeded their documented study time and exposure opportunities. "We're looking at universal English transmission that operates independently of traditional language learning mechanisms," Chen noted during her September 20th briefing to Defense Language Institute leadership. "Subjects are acquiring English linguistic structures through processes that bypass normal educational and immersive learning requirements." The first controlled observation occurred on October 3, 1961, when Chen's team conducted comprehensive linguistic assessments of 12 subjects from different language backgrounds who had minimal documented English exposure. The results confirmed systematic English comprehension that exceeded their learning opportunities by enormous margins. Their English comprehension levels match individuals with years of intensive study, despite having minimal formal exposure, reported Dr. James Morrison, the team's psycholinguistic specialist. Neurological assessment reveals English linguistic structures embedded in their cognitive processing, without conscious awareness of acquisition. The discovery triggered immediate classified research protocols. The Central Intelligence Agency established a joint task force with the Defense Language Institute to investigate the security and intelligence implications of universal English transmission that appeared to provide foreign nationals with unprecedented access to English language communications and cultural understanding. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a cognitive scientist from Stanford, joined the investigation on October 15 to explore the neurological mechanisms that could produce universal linguistic transmission. "We're dealing with cognitive modification that affects language processing centers while leaving other mental functions unaltered," she explained during the initial cognitive briefing. The subjects themselves were unaware of their enhanced English capabilities. Linguistic interviews revealed that they attributed their English comprehension to natural language learning ability, exposure to English media, or educational experiences that didn't account for their actual proficiency levels. "They don't realize they've acquired English through non-traditional mechanisms," Chen reported during the October 30th psychological assessment briefing. From their perspective, their English comprehension represents normal language learning progress, even when it exceeds documented exposure by years. Field investigation expanded rapidly throughout November 1961, with research teams identifying similar English acquisition patterns in international students, foreign diplomats, and immigrant communities across the United States. The phenomenon appeared to affect individuals regardless of age, educational background, or linguistic aptitude. The most significant breakthrough occurred on December 8, 1961, when Dr. Mitchell's team detected unusual electromagnetic signatures in the brains of subjects exhibiting accelerated English acquisition. These individuals showed neural pathway modifications specifically affecting language processing centers, with English linguistic structures integrated at the fundamental cognitive level. We're detecting permanent neurological modifications that integrate English linguistic patterns into basic cognitive processing, Mitchell explained during the December 12 neurological briefing. These changes appear at the foundational level of language processing, creating native-level English comprehension regardless of actual learning experience. The discovery raised immediate questions about the source and purpose of universal English transmission. The phenomenon appeared too systematic and widespread to be natural, suggesting artificial intervention through technology or processes that could modify human cognitive function on a massive scale. Someone or something is deliberately installing English linguistic capability into human cognitive systems, Chen concluded in her January 8, 1962 final discovery report. The question is, who has the capability to modify language processing in millions of people, and why they're specifically promoting English linguistic dominance? The initial phase established that universal English transmission was real, systematic, and artificial, affecting millions of individuals worldwide through cognitive modification processes that challenged fundamental understanding of language acquisition, neurology, and the limits of technological intervention in human consciousness. The expansion of English linguistic transmission from isolated cases to global phenomenon required unprecedented international intelligence cooperation to map the worldwide scope of cognitive modification affecting language processing in populations across every continent. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Global Linguistic Monitoring Division within a classified facility in Virginia, where teams analyzed English acquisition patterns among populations that had never been exposed to formal English education. We're documenting universal English transmission that affects individuals regardless of geographical location, cultural background, or educational exposure, Chen explained during the January 1962 international briefing for intelligence community representatives. English linguistic capability is appearing in isolated populations that have no documented contact with English-speaking communities or media. The first comprehensive global survey completed in April 1962 revealed English comprehension among indigenous populations in remote regions of South America, Africa, and Asia who had no historical contact with English-speaking cultures. Linguistic assessment teams documented English grammatical understanding and vocabulary recognition in individuals who had never encountered written English or English-speaking individuals. Universal English transmission operates independently of cultural contact or educational exposure, reported Dr. Michael Torres, who coordinated remote population assessment. Indigenous communities demonstrate English linguistic understanding without any documented mechanism for traditional language acquisition. International cooperation expanded throughout 1962, with allied intelligence agencies sharing data on English acquisition patterns among their domestic populations. The collaboration revealed that English transmission had been accelerating since 1960, with exponential increases in English comprehension appearing across all demographic groups. English transmission shows exponential acceleration patterns that suggest systematic global implementation, noted Dr. Sarah Mitchell during international coordination briefings. The phenomenon operates across all cultures and societies with consistent progression that indicates coordinated rather than random linguistic modification. The most significant breakthrough occurred in August 1962 when monitoring teams detected English linguistic capability appearing simultaneously in isolated populations across multiple continents. These coordinated transmission events suggested centralized control and systematic global distribution of English cognitive modification. Simultaneous English transmission across isolated global populations indicates centralized coordination and systematic worldwide implementation, Chen reported during the coordinated transmission briefing. The phenomenon operates on a planetary scale, with precise timing that suggests technological rather than natural linguistic spread. Advanced electromagnetic monitoring revealed transmission nodes, geographical locations that generated cognitive modification fields capable of installing English linguistic structures in surrounding populations. These nodes appeared to coordinate English transmission across regional populations, while maintaining communication with other nodes globally. Transmission nodes generate cognitive modification fields that install English linguistic capability in regional populations, Mitchell explained during node analysis briefings. The nodes communicate through electromagnetic channels that enable coordinated global English transmission. By 1964, the monitoring division had identified 73 transmission nodes worldwide, distributed across every continent, and operating in coordination with each other through electromagnetic communication systems that exceeded known technological capabilities. Cultural impact analysis revealed that English transmission was affecting traditional linguistic communities without eliminating their native languages. Subjects retained complete fluency in their original languages, while gaining English comprehension, creating bilingual or multilingual cognitive capability without cultural displacement. English transmission preserves native linguistic capability while adding English comprehension, Torres noted during cultural impact assessment. Traditional languages remain intact, while English linguistic structures integrate at the foundational cognitive level. The investigation revealed that transmission nodes were often concealed within seemingly normal facilities, communication towers, research stations, and educational institutions that served as cover for English linguistic modification operations while maintaining plausible explanations for their electromagnetic emissions. Transmission nodes operate through legitimate facility covers that enable English cognitive modification without detection, Chen noted during operational analysis. The system integrates with existing infrastructure while maintaining complete operational security. The most remarkable discovery was that English transmission appeared to enhance, rather than diminish, overall linguistic capability. Subjects who received English cognitive modification showed improved language learning ability for additional languages, suggesting that English integration optimized general linguistic processing capacity. English cognitive modification enhances overall linguistic capability rather than limiting it, Mitchell reported during cognitive enhancement assessment. Subjects demonstrate improved language learning ability and enhanced linguistic processing following English integration. By 1966, global monitoring had established that English transmission affected over 400 million individuals worldwide, with systematic progression through all major population centers and consistent expansion into previously isolated linguistic communities. Intelligence analysis revealed that English transmission correlated with improved international communication and cooperation. Populations with enhanced English capability showed increased participation in global commerce, scientific collaboration, and cultural exchange, suggesting that English integration served global development purposes. English transmission enhances international communication and cooperation capabilities, Chen reported during global impact analysis. Populations with English cognitive modification show increased participation in global development and international collaboration. The monitoring also detected adaptive characteristics in the transmission system. English linguistic modification adjusted to accommodate different cultural and linguistic contexts, while maintaining consistent English comprehension capability across diverse populations. English transmission demonstrates adaptive capability that accommodates cultural diversity while maintaining consistent linguistic integration, Torres noted during adaptive system analysis. The system preserves cultural authenticity while enabling universal English communication capability. By July 23, 1968, the Global Monitoring Division had established that English linguistic transmission operated as a comprehensive planetary communication enhancement system that transcended national boundaries and served global rather than national objectives through systematic cognitive modification that enhanced international communication while preserving cultural and linguistic diversity. We're dealing with planetary communication optimization through English linguistic integration, Chen concluded in her final global spread analysis report. The system operates globally, adaptively, and systematically to enhance international communication and cooperation through universal English comprehension while preserving cultural authenticity and linguistic diversity. The investigation into the neurological mechanisms enabling universal English transmission required revolutionary developments in brain science and cognitive analysis that would exceed existing neuroscience capabilities by decades. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Cognitive Architecture Research Division within a massive underground facility beneath Nevada, where advanced neurological monitoring systems analyzed the precise brain modifications that enabled instant English comprehension in subjects from any linguistic background. We need to understand exactly how English linguistic structures are being integrated into human cognitive architecture without disrupting native language processing or other mental functions, Chen explained during the July 1968 Neurological Research Launch Briefing. The modification process demonstrates mastery of human brain function that exceeds our scientific understanding by generations. The first comprehensive neural mapping, completed in November 1968, revealed that English transmission created entirely new neural pathways dedicated specifically to English processing, while leaving existing language centers completely intact. The modifications expanded, rather than replaced, cognitive linguistic capability. English transmission creates additional neural architecture rather than modifying existing language processing, reported Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who led the neural architecture analysis team. Subjects gain dedicated English processing capability while retaining complete access to their original linguistic systems. Advanced brain imaging revealed that English neural pathways integrated seamlessly with existing cognitive architecture, creating enhanced communication between language processing centers and other brain regions involved in memory, reasoning, and cultural understanding. English neural integration enhances overall cognitive communication and processing efficiency, explained Dr. Michael Torres during cognitive integration assessment. The modifications improve general mental capability while providing universal English comprehension. The most significant breakthrough occurred in February 1969, when researchers discovered that English neural pathways included embedded cultural and contextual knowledge that enabled subjects to understand not just English vocabulary and grammar, but cultural references, historical context, and social nuances that typically required years of cultural immersion. English neural pathways include comprehensive cultural and contextual information, Mitchell reported during cultural integration analysis. Subjects understand English cultural references and social context without direct cultural exposure or educational instruction. Electromagnetic analysis revealed that English neural modifications were maintained and updated through ongoing transmission from the global node network. The system provided continuous enhancement and refinement of English capability while adapting to linguistic evolution and cultural change. English neural modifications receive continuous updates and enhancement through electromagnetic transmission, Torres noted during electromagnetic analysis. The system maintains current linguistic capability and adapts to language evolution while preserving optimal communication effectiveness. The research revealed that English transmission included embedded translation capability that enabled subjects to understand English content and automatically translate it into their native linguistic and cultural frameworks. This universal translation matrix allowed seamless communication across cultural and linguistic barriers. English transmission includes automatic translation capability that enables seamless cross-cultural communication, Chen reported during translation matrix analysis. Subjects understand English content within their native cultural frameworks while maintaining authentic cultural perspective. By 1971, the cognitive architecture research had established that English neural modifications represented the most sophisticated brain enhancement ever documented, improving overall cognitive capability while providing universal communication access without cultural assimilation or linguistic displacement. Memory integration studies revealed that English neural pathways connected directly with long-term memory systems, enabling subjects to access English vocabulary and cultural knowledge as if they had acquired it through natural life experience rather than artificial transmission. English neural pathways integrate with memory systems to create authentic linguistic experience, Mitchell explained during memory integration assessment. Subjects access English capability as natural knowledge rather than artificial implantation. The most remarkable discovery was that English neural modifications enhanced creative and innovative thinking by providing access to English language conceptual frameworks and cultural perspectives that expanded subjects' intellectual and creative possibilities. English neural modifications enhance creativity and innovation through expanded conceptual access, Torres reported during creativity assessment. Subjects demonstrate improved problem-solving and creative capability through English linguistic and cultural framework integration. Psychological analysis confirmed that English transmission preserved complete personal and cultural identity while expanding communication and intellectual capability. Subjects maintained their authentic cultural perspectives while gaining access to global communication and knowledge networks. English transmission preserves authentic cultural identity while expanding communication and intellectual capability, Chen noted during psychological identity assessment. Subjects remain completely authentic to their original culture while gaining global communication access. Advanced analysis revealed that English neural modifications included embedded learning enhancement that accelerated acquisition of additional languages and skills. The English neural architecture served as a foundation for enhanced general learning capability. English neural architecture enhances general learning capability and accelerates additional skill acquisition, Mitchell reported during learning enhancement analysis. English integration provides cognitive foundation for improved educational and professional development. By 1974, the cognitive architecture research had demonstrated that English neural modifications represented comprehensive cognitive enhancement that improved overall mental capability while providing universal communication access and cultural bridge-building capacity. The research established that English transmission operated through quantum neural field modification that could precisely alter brain architecture without surgical intervention or conscious awareness. The technology demonstrated mastery of human neurology that exceeded known scientific capability by centuries. English transmission uses quantum neural field modification that precisely alters brain architecture through non-invasive technological intervention, Chen concluded in her March 15, 1975 final cognitive architecture report. The technology represents mastery of human neurology that indicates advanced technological capability beyond current human scientific understanding. The cognitive architecture research established that English linguistic transmission represented the most sophisticated neural enhancement ever documented, providing universal communication capability while enhancing overall cognitive function and preserving authentic cultural identity and personal autonomy. The investigation into the controlling intelligence behind global English transmission required the most sophisticated communication and analysis capabilities ever assembled to identify and potentially establish contact with entities capable of modifying human cognitive architecture on a planetary scale. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Source Contact Division within a new classified facility in Colorado, where teams prepared for potential communication with whoever operated the Universal English Transmission System. We need to identify who has the technological capability to modify brain function in hundreds of millions of people across the entire planet, Chen explained during the March 1975 Contact Investigation launch briefing. The neurological modification requirements exceed human capability by centuries, suggesting non-human intelligence or extraordinarily advanced human technology. The first phase involved comprehensive analysis of transmission node electromagnetic signatures to identify technological characteristics that might reveal their source. Dr. Sarah Mitchell's physics team analyzed quantum neural field generators, looking for technological indicators that could identify the civilization responsible for universal English integration. Transmission node analysis reveals technological approaches that exceed current human neuroscience and electromagnetic capability by several centuries, Mitchell reported during technological analysis briefings. The neural modification technology demonstrates mastery of human brain function that human science hasn't achieved. Direct communication attempts began in June 1975, with scientific teams broadcasting mathematical sequences and linguistic information through transmission node frequencies, hoping to establish contact with the English transmission controllers. We're broadcasting mathematical and linguistic communications through neural modification frequencies, explained Dr. Michael Torres, who coordinated communication attempts. If they're monitoring English transmission systems, they should detect our contact attempts and potentially respond. The first response arrived on October 7, 1975, through quantum neural channels that delivered complex information directly to the minds of research team members. The communication identified the sources as the, quote, universal translators, an advanced civilization that facilitated communication between developing species through cognitive linguistic modification. We have established contact with the universal translators, Chen announced during the breakthrough communication briefing. They are an advanced civilization that assists developing species through linguistic integration programs that enable universal communication while preserving cultural authenticity and diversity. The universal translators explained that they operated throughout the galaxy, providing linguistic assistance to species that demonstrated potential for positive development but required communication enhancement during critical civilization development periods. English transmission represented one component of comprehensive communication optimization programs. The universal translators assist multiple species throughout the galaxy using various communication enhancement methods, Torres reported during translator explanation briefings. English transmission serves as universal communication foundation that enables interspecies and international cooperation while preserving cultural diversity. The most significant revelation was that Earth was approaching integration into a galactic community that required universal communication capability for successful participation. English transmission served as preparation for eventual contact with multiple alien civilizations that used English as their standard interspecies communication medium. Earth is being prepared for integration into galactic civilization that uses English as standard interspecies communication, quote, Mitchell explained during galactic integration briefings. English transmission prepares humanity for communication with multiple alien species that have adopted English as their universal language. The universal translators revealed that English had been selected as Earth's universal language because of its linguistic flexibility, cultural adaptability, and global distribution potential. Other human languages were preserved and enhanced, but English served as the universal communication bridge. English was selected for universal transmission because of its linguistic and cultural adaptability, Chen noted during language selection analysis. The universal translators determined that English provided optimal communication capability while accommodating cultural diversity preservation. Direct collaboration began in 1977, with universal translators providing limited technology and guidance to help human researchers understand neural modification principles while maintaining human autonomy in managing linguistic development programs. The universal translators provide technological assistance and guidance while ensuring human autonomy in linguistic development decisions, Torres reported during collaboration assessment. They assist, but do not control human communication development or cultural evolution. The translators explained that English transmission included embedded preparation for additional alien language integration. Human brains with English neural architecture could more easily accommodate additional alien linguistic systems when galactic contact occurred. English neural architecture prepares human brains for additional alien language integration, Mitchell explained during alien language preparation briefings. English transmission creates cognitive foundation for eventual multilingual interspecies communication capability. Advanced collaboration revealed that the universal translators operated under strict cultural preservation principles that prohibited linguistic homogenization while enabling universal communication capability. English integration enhanced, rather than threatened, cultural diversity. Universal translator cultural preservation principles ensure that linguistic assistance enhances rather than threatens cultural diversity, Chen noted during cultural protection analysis. English integration preserves cultural authenticity while enabling universal communication access. By 1979, the collaboration had established regular consultation protocols that enabled human researchers to receive guidance about optimal linguistic development approaches, while maintaining complete human control over cultural and educational policy decisions. The most remarkable discovery was that the universal translators had assisted hundreds of species throughout the galaxy in developing universal communication capability, with English transmission representing one of the most successful linguistic integration methods for species with human-type cultural development patterns. English transmission has successfully assisted numerous species in achieving universal communication capability, Torres reported during translator success analysis. The method is particularly effective for species with cultural diversity patterns similar to human civilization. The translators revealed that English transmission was temporary enhancement designed to provide communication capability during critical development phases. Once human civilization achieved stable interspecies communication, additional alien languages would be integrated while maintaining English as the universal foundation. English transmission is temporary assistance during critical development phases, Mitchell noted during temporal analysis. Additional alien language integration will occur as humanity achieves readiness for full interspecies communication capability. By December 14, 1981, the source contact investigation had established ongoing collaboration with the universal translators while preserving human autonomy in linguistic and cultural development decisions and maintaining cultural authenticity throughout the assistance relationship. We've established collaborative partnership with advanced civilization that assists our communication development while respecting our autonomy and cultural identity, Chen concluded in her final source contact report. The universal translators enhance our communication capability while ensuring that humanity maintains complete control over cultural development and linguistic policy decisions. The management of English transmission effects on global cultural development required comprehensive programs that ensured universal communication capability, enhanced rather than threatened cultural diversity and authentic community development. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Cultural Integration Division within a facility in Switzerland, where international teams developed frameworks that preserved cultural authenticity while optimizing the benefits of universal English comprehension. We need to ensure that English transmission strengthens rather than homogenizes cultural diversity, Chen explained during the December 1981 Cultural Integration launch briefing. Universal communication capability must serve cultural preservation and international cooperation, rather than creating cultural assimilation or linguistic displacement. The first comprehensive cultural impact analysis, completed in April 1982, revealed that English transmission was enhancing rather than threatening cultural expression. Communities with English cognitive modification showed increased ability to share their cultural heritage with global audiences while maintaining authentic cultural practices and values. English transmission enables cultural communities to share their heritage globally while preserving authentic cultural practices, reported Dr. Michael Torres, who led cultural preservation assessment. Universal communication capability enhances cultural expression rather than threatening cultural authenticity. International cooperation expanded throughout 1982, with cultural preservation specialists from 47 nations collaborating to develop protocols that optimized English transmission benefits, while maintaining cultural distinctiveness and community identity. International cultural preservation cooperation ensures English transmission serves cultural diversity enhancement, noted Dr. Sarah Mitchell during international coordination briefings. Global collaboration preserves cultural authenticity while enabling universal communication and international cultural exchange. The most significant breakthrough occurred in September 1982, when cultural analysis revealed that English transmission included embedded cultural sensitivity programming that enabled subjects to understand and respect cultural differences while communicating across cultural boundaries. English transmission includes cultural sensitivity programming that enhances cross-cultural understanding and respect, Chen reported during cultural sensitivity analysis. Universal communication capability includes embedded respect for cultural diversity and authentic cultural expression. Educational system adaptation programs ensured that English cognitive modification complemented rather than replaced native language education. Schools developed curricula that celebrated cultural linguistic heritage while utilizing English transmission for global communication and international collaboration. Educational adaptation preserves native language heritage while utilizing English transmission for global communication, Torres explained during educational integration assessment. Schools maintain cultural linguistic identity while enabling international collaboration and cultural exchange. Community development programs used English transmission to enhance local cultural expression and community pride. Communities could share their cultural heritage, artistic traditions, and local knowledge with global audiences while maintaining authentic community identity and values. Community development programs use English transmission to enhance local cultural expression and global cultural sharing, Mitchell noted during community development assessment. Universal communication enables communities to preserve and share their heritage while maintaining authentic community identity. The investigation revealed that English transmission created positive feedback loops for cultural preservation. Communities that could communicate their cultural heritage globally received increased appreciation and support for cultural preservation efforts from international audiences. English transmission creates positive cultural preservation feedback through increased global appreciation and support, Chen reported during cultural feedback analysis. Universal communication enables communities to receive international support for cultural preservation while sharing their heritage globally. Advanced analysis revealed that English transmission enhanced cultural innovation by enabling communities to learn from global cultural practices while maintaining their distinctive cultural identity. Cross-cultural communication facilitated cultural development rather than cultural replacement. English transmission enhances cultural innovation through cross-cultural learning while preserving cultural distinctiveness, Torres noted during cultural innovation assessment. Universal communication facilitates cultural development rather than threatening cultural authenticity. By 1985, cultural integration programs had successfully demonstrated that English transmission could serve cultural preservation and enhancement through increased global cultural awareness and appreciation while maintaining authentic community identity and cultural practices. The most remarkable discovery was that communities with English transmission showed increased pride in their cultural heritage and enhanced efforts to preserve and develop their cultural traditions. Universal communication capability strengthened rather than weakened cultural identity. English transmission strengthens cultural identity through increased cultural pride and heritage preservation efforts, Mitchell reported during cultural identity assessment. Universal communication enhances rather than threatens cultural distinctiveness and authentic community development. International cultural exchange programs used English transmission to facilitate authentic cultural learning and appreciation between different communities. These programs promoted cultural understanding while preserving cultural authenticity and community autonomy. International cultural exchange programs facilitate authentic cultural learning while preserving community autonomy. Chen noted during cultural exchange assessment, English transmission enables genuine cultural understanding that enhances rather than homogenizes cultural diversity. Religious and spiritual preservation represented another crucial integration priority. English transmission enabled religious and spiritual communities to share their traditions globally while maintaining authentic spiritual practices and religious community identity. Religious and spiritual preservation programs ensure English transmission serves spiritual community sharing while maintaining authentic religious identity, Torres reported during spiritual integration assessment. Universal communication enables spiritual communities to share their traditions while preserving religious authenticity. By 1988, cultural integration programs had established comprehensive frameworks that used English transmission to enhance cultural diversity, community pride, and international cultural appreciation while preserving authentic cultural practices and community identity. The integration revealed that English transmission served as a cultural bridge that enabled communities to maintain their authentic identity while participating in global cultural development and international cooperation that respected and celebrated cultural diversity. English transmission serves as cultural bridge that enables authentic community identity within global cultural participation, Mitchell concluded during comprehensive cultural assessment. Universal communication enhances cultural diversity and international cooperation while preserving authentic community identity and cultural practices. By November 9, 1989, the Cultural Integration Division had demonstrated that English transmission could successfully enhance cultural diversity and international cooperation while preserving authentic cultural identity and community autonomy through comprehensive cultural preservation and development programs. Cultural integration programs prove that English transmission enhances rather than threatens cultural diversity, Chen concluded in her final cultural integration report. Universal communication capability serves cultural preservation and international cooperation, while maintaining authentic community identity and cultural distinctiveness. The transformation of global educational systems to accommodate and optimize English transmission capabilities required unprecedented coordination between educators, cognitive scientists, and cultural specialists to ensure that enhanced linguistic capability served comprehensive learning enhancement while preserving cultural educational traditions. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Educational Innovation Division within a facility in Massachusetts, where teams developed pedagogical approaches that maximized the learning benefits of universal English comprehension. We need to redesign educational systems to utilize English transmission for comprehensive learning enhancement while maintaining cultural educational heritage, Chen explained during the November 1989 Educational Revolution launch briefing. Universal English capability enables revolutionary educational approaches that can accelerate learning while preserving cultural knowledge transmission. The first comprehensive educational analysis, completed in March 1990, revealed that students with English transmission demonstrated dramatically accelerated learning rates across all subjects, not just language arts. The English neural architecture enhanced general cognitive capability and learning efficiency throughout the educational process. English transmission enhances general learning capability rather than just linguistic comprehension, reported Dr. Michael Torres, who led educational effectiveness analysis. Students with English neural architecture demonstrate accelerated learning across mathematics, sciences, arts, and cultural studies while maintaining authentic cultural educational experiences. Advanced pedagogical research revealed that English transmission enabled simultaneous multilingual education without cognitive overload. Students could learn in their native language while accessing English language educational resources and international knowledge networks without experiencing linguistic confusion or cultural displacement. English transmission enables seamless multilingual education without cognitive strain, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell during multilingual education assessment. Students access educational resources in multiple languages while maintaining native language proficiency and cultural educational identity. The most significant breakthrough occurred in July 1990, when educational pilots demonstrated that English transmission could facilitate direct knowledge transfer from global educational networks. Students could access international educational content, research databases, and collaborative learning opportunities while maintaining their local cultural educational context. English transmission enables direct access to global educational networks while preserving local cultural educational identity, Chen reported during Global Access Analysis. Students participate in international collaborative learning while maintaining authentic cultural educational experiences. Cognitive enhancement research revealed that English neural architecture included embedded learning optimization that improved memory retention, analytical thinking, and creative problem-solving across all educational subjects. The modifications enhanced overall intellectual capability rather than just providing language access. English neural architecture includes comprehensive learning enhancement that improves overall intellectual capability, Torres noted during cognitive enhancement assessment. Students demonstrate superior academic performance across all subjects while maintaining authentic cultural learning approaches. International educational cooperation expanded throughout 1992, with educators from 53 nations collaborating to develop curricula that utilized English transmission for global knowledge access, while celebrating cultural educational traditions and local knowledge systems. International educational cooperation optimizes English transmission benefits while preserving cultural educational heritage, Mitchell reported during international coordination. Global collaboration enhances educational effectiveness while maintaining authentic cultural knowledge transmission. The investigation revealed that English transmission enabled unprecedented educational personalization. Students could access learning resources adapted to their individual learning styles, cultural background, and personal interests while participating in global educational networks and collaborative learning experiences. English transmission enables personalized education that serves individual learning styles within global educational participation, Chen noted during personalization analysis. Students receive customized learning experiences while accessing global educational opportunities and collaborative learning networks. Cultural knowledge preservation represented a crucial educational priority. English transmission enabled students to learn about their cultural heritage, while also accessing global knowledge systems, creating comprehensive educational experiences that honored cultural identity while expanding intellectual horizons. Cultural knowledge preservation programs ensure English transmission serves cultural heritage education while enabling global knowledge access, Torres explained during cultural education assessment. Students learn cultural traditions while participating in global educational networks and international collaborative learning. By 1994, educational innovation programs had successfully demonstrated that English transmission could revolutionize learning effectiveness while preserving cultural educational values and community educational identity through comprehensive pedagogical transformation. The most remarkable discovery was that students with English transmission became cultural and educational ambassadors who could share their local knowledge and cultural educational traditions with global audiences while learning from international educational resources and collaborative learning networks. Students with English transmission become cultural educational ambassadors who share local knowledge while accessing global learning opportunities, Mitchell reported during cultural ambassadorship assessment. Educational enhancement serves both cultural preservation and global educational participation. Scientific and technological education accelerated dramatically through English transmission access to international research networks and collaborative scientific learning opportunities. Students could participate in global scientific projects while maintaining cultural approaches to scientific understanding and environmental knowledge. Scientific education acceleration through English transmission enables global research participation while preserving cultural scientific knowledge, Chen noted during scientific education assessment. Students access international scientific networks while maintaining authentic cultural approaches to scientific understanding. Creative and artistic education flourished through English transmission access to global artistic traditions and collaborative creative projects. Students could share their cultural artistic heritage while learning from international artistic traditions and participating in global creative collaboration. Creative education enhancement enables global artistic participation while preserving cultural creative traditions, Torres reported during creative education assessment. Students share cultural artistic heritage while accessing global creative networks and collaborative artistic projects. By 1996, the educational revolution had established comprehensive frameworks that used English transmission to enhance learning effectiveness and global educational participation, while preserving cultural educational identity and community knowledge traditions. Higher education transformation enabled universities to offer truly international educational experiences while maintaining cultural academic identity. Students could participate in global research networks and international collaborative learning, while preserving their cultural academic approaches and community knowledge systems. Higher education transformation enables global academic participation while preserving cultural academic identity, Mitchell concluded during university assessment. English transmission facilitates international collaboration while maintaining authentic cultural academic approaches and community knowledge preservation. By June 8, 1997, the educational revolution had demonstrated that English transmission could transform global education while preserving cultural educational heritage and community knowledge traditions through comprehensive pedagogical innovation that served both global learning access and cultural educational preservation. The educational revolution proves that English transmission can enhance global learning while preserving cultural educational identity, Chen concluded in her final Educational Revolution report. Universal English capability serves comprehensive educational enhancement while maintaining authentic cultural knowledge transmission and community educational values. The transformation of global economic systems through universal English comprehension required comprehensive analysis of how enhanced communication capability affected international trade, business development, and economic opportunity distribution. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Economic Integration Analysis Division within a facility in New York, where teams studied the economic implications of universal English transmission, while developing frameworks that ensured economic benefits reached all communities, rather than creating new forms of economic inequality. We need to understand how universal English comprehension transforms global economic opportunity and ensure that enhanced communication serves economic development for all communities, rather than creating advantages for traditionally privileged populations, Chen explained during the June 1997 Economic Integration launch briefing. The first comprehensive economic impact analysis, completed in November 1997, revealed that communities with English transmission experienced dramatic improvements in international trade opportunities, foreign investment access, and participation in global commerce networks that had previously been limited by language barriers. English transmission eliminates language barriers that previously limited international economic participation, reported Dr. Michael Torres, who led economic opportunity analysis. Communities gain access to global commerce networks and international trade opportunities that enhance local economic development while preserving cultural economic traditions. Small business development accelerated significantly in communities with English transmission capabilities. Entrepreneurs could access international markets, foreign suppliers, and global business networks while maintaining their local business identity and community economic values. Small business development benefits dramatically from English transmission through international market access while preserving local business identity, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell during Small Business Impact Assessment. Entrepreneurs participate in global commerce while maintaining authentic community economic relationships and cultural business practices. The most significant breakthrough occurred in January 1998, when economic analysis revealed that English transmission enabled direct participation in global digital commerce and international financial networks without requiring expensive translation services or cultural intermediaries. English transmission enables direct global digital commerce participation without translation costs or cultural intermediaries, Chen reported during digital commerce analysis. Communities access international economic opportunities while maintaining economic autonomy and cultural business authenticity. Labor market transformation represented another crucial economic impact. Workers with English transmission could access international employment opportunities, remote work possibilities, and global professional networks while maintaining their community connections and cultural work values. Labor market transformation through English transmission provides international employment access while preserving community connections, Torres noted during labor market analysis. Workers access global employment opportunities while maintaining authentic community relationships and cultural work identity. International investment patterns shifted dramatically as English transmission eliminated communication barriers between investors and local communities. Foreign investment increased in previously isolated regions, while communities maintained control over their economic development priorities and cultural economic values. International investment increases through English transmission while communities maintain control over economic development priorities, Mitchell reported during investment analysis. Enhanced communication facilitates foreign investment while preserving community economic autonomy and cultural development values. The investigation revealed that English transmission created positive economic feedback loops. Communities that could communicate effectively with global markets received increased economic opportunities, which enhanced their capacity to preserve and develop their cultural heritage while participating in international commerce. English transmission creates positive economic feedback through increased global market access, Chen noted during economic feedback analysis. Enhanced communication enables economic development that supports cultural preservation while providing international commercial opportunities. Advanced economic analysis revealed that English transmission enhanced economic innovation by enabling communities to learn from global business practices while maintaining their distinctive economic approaches and cultural commercial traditions. English transmission enhances economic innovation through global business learning while preserving distinctive economic approaches, Torres explained during innovation assessment. Communities access global commercial knowledge while maintaining authentic cultural business practices and local economic identity. By 2000, economic integration programs had successfully demonstrated that English transmission could enhance global economic participation while preserving local economic autonomy and cultural commercial traditions through comprehensive economic development support. Tourism and cultural economy sectors experienced extraordinary growth through English transmission. Communities could promote their cultural heritage and local attractions to global audiences while maintaining authentic cultural experiences and community economic control. Tourism and cultural economy growth through English transmission enables global cultural sharing while preserving authentic community experiences, Mitchell noted during tourism assessment. Communities share cultural heritage globally while maintaining authentic cultural identity and local economic control. The most remarkable discovery was that communities with English transmission showed increased economic cooperation and reduced economic conflict. Enhanced communication facilitated economic collaboration and mutual benefit, rather than creating competitive disadvantage or economic displacement. English transmission increases economic cooperation and reduces economic conflict through enhanced communication, Chen reported during cooperation analysis. Universal communication facilitates collaborative economic development, rather than creating competitive disadvantage or economic displacement. Financial inclusion improved dramatically, as English transmission enabled previously excluded communities to access international banking, microfinance, and investment opportunities, while maintaining their cultural financial practices and community economic values. Financial inclusion improvement through English transmission provides international financial access while preserving cultural financial practices, Torres noted during financial access assessment. Communities access global financial opportunities while maintaining authentic cultural economic relationships and community financial identity. Professional development opportunities expanded exponentially through English transmission access to international training, certification programs, and professional networks, while individuals maintained their cultural professional identity and community professional relationships. Professional development expansion enables international training access while preserving cultural professional identity, Mitchell explained during professional development assessment. Individuals access global professional opportunities while maintaining authentic community professional relationships and cultural work values. By 2003, economic integration analysis had established that English transmission served as an economic equalizer that reduced rather than increased economic inequality by providing previously excluded communities with access to global economic opportunities. Entrepreneurship flourished through English transmission, access to global startup networks, international venture capital, and worldwide business mentorship, while entrepreneurs maintained their cultural business values and community economic commitment. Entrepreneurship flourishing through English transmission provides global startup access while maintaining cultural business values, Chen noted during entrepreneurship assessment. Entrepreneurs access international business networks while preserving authentic community economic relationships and cultural commercial identity. The integration revealed that English transmission served as an economic bridge that enabled communities to maintain their authentic economic identity while participating in global commerce that respected and celebrated economic diversity and cultural commercial practices. English transmission serves as economic bridge enabling authentic economic identity within global commerce participation, Torres concluded during comprehensive economic assessment. Universal communication enhances economic diversity and international commerce while preserving authentic community economic identity and cultural commercial practices. By April 3, 2005, the Economic Integration Division had demonstrated that English transmission could successfully enhance global economic participation while preserving local economic autonomy and cultural commercial identity through comprehensive economic development programs that served both individual economic advancement and community economic preservation. Economic integration programs prove that English transmission enhances global economic participation while preserving local economic identity, Chen concluded in her final economic integration report. Universal communication capability serves economic development and international commerce while maintaining authentic community economic values and cultural commercial distinctiveness. The transition from classified English transmission research to public knowledge required 7 years of careful education and demonstration programs that prepared global populations for understanding the most comprehensive cognitive modification program in human history, while ensuring that disclosure enhanced rather than disrupted social stability and individual autonomy. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Public Disclosure Division within a new facility in Washington, D.C., where communication specialists, educators, and community leaders developed programs that would gradually introduce English transmission concepts, while demonstrating beneficial applications and addressing public concerns about cognitive modification. We're revealing the existence of technology that has been modifying human cognitive architecture for over 40 years, while simultaneously demonstrating that this capability serves human development rather than threatening individual autonomy, Chen explained during the April 2005 disclosure planning briefing. The first phase began with scientific publications describing neurolinguistic research and the theoretical possibility of cognitive language integration through electromagnetic field modification. These publications prepared academic and scientific communities for more comprehensive revelations while presenting English transmission as emerging research rather than established cognitive modification technology. Scientific disclosure establishes theoretical foundations for neurolinguistic modification while preparing expert communities for full revelation of existing capabilities, reported Dr. Michael Torres, who coordinated academic preparation programs. Published research creates educational context for informed public discussion about cognitive enhancement implications. Media preparation represented a crucial component of the disclosure strategy. Entertainment and news organizations received guidance about cognitive modification concepts through consulting relationships that prepared public audiences for understanding neural enhancement implications while emphasizing beneficial applications and individual autonomy preservation. Popular media preparation ensures public audiences have conceptual frameworks for understanding cognitive modification when disclosure occurs, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who coordinated media education programs. Films, television, and literature prepare psychological readiness while emphasizing beneficial rather than threatening applications of neural enhancement. The second disclosure phase began in 2007 with demonstration programs that revealed limited English transmission capabilities while emphasizing voluntary participation options and cognitive enhancement benefits. These programs showed selected audiences how neuro-linguistic modification enhanced learning and communication while preserving individual identity and cultural authenticity. Demonstration programs prove that English transmission serves beneficial cognitive enhancement rather than threatening individual autonomy, Torres noted during demonstration assessment. Audiences see direct evidence of enhanced learning and communication capabilities, while observing complete preservation of individual identity and cultural authenticity. Educational institutions provided another disclosure vector, with universities and research organizations receiving access to English transmission research and technology for academic study and beneficial application development. These programs prepared intellectual leaders for public discourse about cognitive enhancement ethics and beneficial technology applications. Academic preparation ensures intellectual and educational leaders understand English transmission capabilities before public disclosure, Mitchell explained during university program coordination. Educational institutions become resources for informed public discussion and ethical framework development regarding cognitive enhancement technology. The most significant breakthrough occurred in 2009, when public opinion research revealed that 69% of surveyed populations supported cognitive enhancement programs that provided voluntary participation, beneficial learning applications, and complete preservation of individual identity and cultural authenticity. Public acceptance of voluntary cognitive enhancement indicates successful educational preparation and ethical framework development, Chen reported during opinion assessment. Populations understand cognitive enhancement benefits while supporting systems that preserve individual autonomy and cultural identity. Religious and philosophical preparation represented an essential disclosure component. Spiritual leaders and ethical scholars received education about cognitive enhancement implications and beneficial applications, enabling them to provide guidance and support for their communities during public disclosure. Religious and philosophical preparation ensures spiritual communities have frameworks for understanding cognitive enhancement within their ethical contexts. Torres noted during interfaith coordination, spiritual leaders become resources rather than sources of opposition regarding neural enhancement technology. The third disclosure phase began in 2010 with limited public revelation of existing English transmission capabilities, presented as recently developed technology rather than 40-year-old cognitive modification systems. These revelations emphasized beneficial applications while introducing voluntary enhancement options and individual autonomy guarantees. Limited disclosure introduces existing capabilities as emerging technology while emphasizing beneficial applications and individual autonomy protection, Mitchell explained during partial revelation coordination. Audiences learn about cognitive enhancement potential while receiving assurance about ethical applications and voluntary participation options. Complete disclosure occurred on September 22, 2012, when coordinated announcements revealed the full scope of English transmission capabilities, the 40-year history of universal translator collaboration, and the beneficial applications that had enhanced human communication and learning while preparing comprehensive voluntary enhancement systems with complete individual choice preservation. Complete disclosure reveals extraordinary cognitive enhancement capabilities while demonstrating beneficial applications that have enhanced human development, Chen announced during the disclosure ceremony. The public learns about enhancement history while receiving access to voluntary participation in programs that preserve individual autonomy while enhancing communication and learning capabilities. The public reaction was overwhelmingly positive, with 76% of global populations expressing support for continued English transmission through voluntary enhancement systems that preserved individual choice and cultural identity. Educational preparation had successfully conditioned acceptance while establishing ethical frameworks that protected personal autonomy and cultural authenticity. Public acceptance of English transmission through voluntary enhancement exceeds optimistic projections, Torres reported during post-disclosure assessment. Educational preparation successfully established understanding and acceptance, while voluntary enhancement systems provide beneficial applications with complete individual autonomy protection. The disclosure established permanent frameworks for ethical cognitive enhancement that served human development while preserving individual choice and cultural identity, demonstrating that advanced neural modification technologies could gain public acceptance through transparency, beneficial applications, and voluntary participation systems that respected human autonomy and cultural diversity. Disclosure protocols prove that cognitive enhancement technology can gain public acceptance through transparency and voluntary participation. Mitchell concluded during disclosure assessment. English transmission serves human development while preserving individual autonomy and cultural identity through ethical enhancement frameworks. The most significant achievement was demonstrating that comprehensive cognitive modification could be successfully integrated with democratic values, individual rights, and cultural preservation while serving universal human development and communication enhancement. Successful disclosure proves that advanced cognitive modification can serve democratic values and human development, Chen concluded in her final disclosure report. English transmission enhances human capability while preserving individual autonomy, cultural identity, and democratic participation in cognitive enhancement decisions. The post-disclosure period revealed that English transmission could be enhanced beyond passive cognitive modification into active linguistic development systems that helped participants develop advanced communication capabilities, accelerated learning skills, and multicultural understanding through guided neural enhancement that preserved individual autonomy while expanding human potential. Dr. Elizabeth Chen established the Voluntary Enhancement Research Center in California, where individuals could participate in advanced English transmission programs that used neural modification technology to provide personalized communication development, enhanced learning acceleration, and multicultural competency through guided cognitive experiences that maintained complete voluntary control. We're transforming English transmission from automatic cognitive modification into conscious enhancement tools that help individuals achieve their optimal communication and learning potential, Chen explained during the enhancement program launch. Participants receive personalized guidance and support that enhances their cognitive experiences while preserving complete autonomy and individual choice. The first enhancement programs focused on accelerated multicultural competency, using guided neural experiences to help participants understand and communicate effectively across cultural boundaries, while maintaining their authentic cultural identity and personal communication style. Multicultural competency enhancement achieves remarkable cross-cultural communication improvement while preserving authentic cultural identity, reported Dr. Michael Torres, who led multicultural development programs. Participants develop extraordinary cultural understanding while maintaining their distinctive cultural perspectives and authentic personal communication approaches. Advanced learning acceleration represented another major program category, with guided neural experiences that helped students and professionals acquire new skills, languages, and knowledge more rapidly than conventional education methods, while maintaining natural learning processes and individual learning characteristics. Advanced learning acceleration provides dramatic skill acquisition improvement while preserving natural learning processes, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who coordinated learning optimization programs. Participants develop new capabilities more rapidly than conventional methods, while maintaining authentic understanding and individual learning styles. Professional communication enhancement enabled participants to develop extraordinary communication skills for business, diplomacy, education, and international cooperation through optimized neural experiences that preserved individual communication authenticity and personal professional identity. Professional communication enhancement enables extraordinary communication skills while maintaining individual communication authenticity, Torres noted during professional development assessment. Participants achieve superior communication capability while preserving their distinctive professional identity and authentic personal communication approaches. The most significant breakthrough occurred in 2014 when participants began developing enhanced empathy and cross-cultural understanding through guided neural experiences that provided direct insight into different cultural perspectives and communication styles while preserving individual cultural identity and personal authenticity. Enhanced empathy through guided neural experiences enables extraordinary cross-cultural understanding while preserving individual cultural identity, Mitchell reported during empathy development assessment. Participants develop deeper cultural understanding while maintaining their distinctive cultural perspectives and authentic personal relationships. Creative communication enhancement provided guided neural experiences that helped artists, writers, and communicators access enhanced creative capabilities and innovative expression through optimized cognitive states that preserved individual creative identity and artistic authenticity. Creative communication enhancement provides extraordinary creative capabilities while preserving individual artistic identity, Chen noted during creative enhancement assessment. Participants experience enhanced creative communication while maintaining their distinctive artistic voices and creative approaches. The most remarkable development was collaborative communication systems that enabled multiple participants to share guided neural experiences while maintaining individual consciousness and autonomy. These systems provided unprecedented opportunities for cooperative communication and collaborative understanding. Collaborative communication systems enable shared neural experiences while preserving individual autonomy and distinctive perspectives, Torres reported during collaborative system assessment. Participants can work together in enhanced cognitive states while maintaining their individual identity and unique communication contributions. Educational and cultural enhancement provided guided neural experiences that helped participants explore global knowledge systems and cultural traditions while maintaining their personal cultural identity and educational background. These programs enhanced, rather than replaced, individual cultural and educational experiences. Educational and cultural enhancement provides extraordinary global knowledge access while respecting individual cultural identity, Mitchell explained during educational enhancement assessment. Participants achieve expanded understanding while maintaining their distinctive cultural background and educational approaches. By 2017, voluntary enhancement programs had attracted over 8 million participants globally, with satisfaction ratings exceeding 96% and measurable improvements in communication, learning, cultural understanding, and professional capability while preserving individual identity and authentic personal characteristics. Voluntary enhancement programs prove that cognitive modification can be dramatically beneficial while preserving everything that makes individuals unique and authentic, Chen concluded during comprehensive program assessment. Participants achieve extraordinary personal development while maintaining their distinctive identity and individual characteristics. The most significant achievement was demonstrating that neural modification technology could be transformed into personal development tools that enhanced human potential while preserving individual autonomy, cultural identity, and authentic personal development. International cooperation expanded voluntary enhancement programs globally, with coordinated implementation that ensured equal access across all participating nations while maintaining consistent enhancement standards and individual choice preservation. Global programs prevented enhancement from creating international advantages while serving universal human development. International voluntary enhancement cooperation ensures equal global access while maintaining consistent standards and individual choice preservation, Torres noted during international program assessment. Global implementation serves universal human development while preventing enhancement from creating unfair advantages. The enhancement revolution established frameworks for conscious cognitive development that would influence education, professional development, and personal growth programs for decades, while demonstrating that advanced neural modification technologies could serve human flourishing through voluntary cooperation and individual empowerment. Voluntary enhancement programs establish frameworks for conscious cognitive development that serve human flourishing while preserving individual autonomy, Mitchell concluded in her August 14, 2020 final enhancement report. English transmission evolution into voluntary enhancement represents the transformation of cognitive modification technology into tools that enhance rather than threaten human potential and individual freedom. 63 years after the first discovery of impossible English acquisition rates and 12 years after public disclosure, English transmission had evolved into humanity's foundation for universal communication that served global development while preserving cultural diversity and individual autonomy through the most successful cognitive enhancement program in human history. Dr. Elizabeth Chen, now serving as Director Emeritus of Global Communication Enhancement, reflected on humanity's transformation during the 2024 Universal Communication Ceremony. We began with mysterious, rapid English learning and discovered a pathway to enhanced human communication that preserves everything valuable about human cultural diversity while enabling unprecedented global cooperation and understanding, quote, The global communication enhancement system had become humanity's most successful cultural bridge, providing universal English comprehension for over 6.8 billion individuals, while maintaining and strengthening rather than threatening cultural and linguistic diversity through comprehensive cultural preservation programs. Universal English comprehension represents humanity's most successful integration of cognitive enhancement with cultural preservation principles, explained Dr. Sarah Mitchell, now serving as Global Communication Coordination Director. Universal communication serves cultural diversity enhancement rather than homogenization, while enabling unprecedented global cooperation and mutual understanding. Advanced neural integration had evolved to support dozens of additional languages alongside English, creating truly multilingual cognitive architecture that enabled individuals to communicate fluently across multiple cultural and linguistic contexts, while maintaining their authentic cultural identity and personal communication style. Advanced multilingual neural integration enables fluent communication across multiple cultural contexts, while preserving authentic cultural identity, reported Dr. Michael Torres, who served as Multicultural Communication Coordinator. Universal communication capability enhances rather than threatens cultural diversity and authentic personal communication approaches. The integration had transformed human civilization's capacity for global cooperation, international understanding, and collaborative problem-solving. Universal communication enabled coordinated responses to global challenges while preserving cultural approaches to social development and community problem-solving. Universal communication transforms global cooperation capability while preserving cultural approaches to social development, noted Dr. Lisa Wang, who coordinated international collaboration programs. Enhanced communication enables coordinated global responses while maintaining authentic cultural diversity and community problem-solving approaches. Educational systems had evolved into truly global knowledge networks that enabled students to access learning opportunities worldwide while maintaining their cultural educational identity and local knowledge traditions. Universal communication created educational opportunities that enhanced rather than replaced cultural educational heritage. Global educational networks provide worldwide learning access while maintaining cultural educational identity, explained Dr. David Martinez, who coordinated global education programs. Universal communication enables educational opportunities that enhance cultural knowledge traditions rather than replacing them. The most significant societal achievement was demonstrating that cognitive enhancement could serve cultural preservation and enhancement rather than creating cultural homogenization. Universal communication strengthened cultural distinctiveness by enabling communities to share their heritage globally while learning from other cultures. Universal communication strengthens cultural distinctiveness through global cultural sharing and learning opportunities, Mitchell reported during Cultural Impact Assessment. Enhanced communication serves cultural preservation and development rather than creating homogenization or cultural displacement. International cooperation had achieved unprecedented levels through universal communication that eliminated language barriers while preserving cultural diplomatic approaches and national identity. Global cooperation served mutual benefit rather than creating cultural dominance or international homogenization. International cooperation achieves unprecedented levels while preserving cultural diplomatic approaches and national identity, Torres noted during international assessment. Universal communication enables mutual benefit cooperation rather than cultural dominance or international homogenization. Scientific and technological advancement had accelerated dramatically through universal communication that enabled global research collaboration while preserving cultural approaches to scientific understanding and technological development. Enhanced communication served innovation acceleration while maintaining cultural scientific traditions. Scientific advancement acceleration through universal communication preserves cultural approaches to scientific understanding, Wang reported during innovation assessment. Enhanced communication serves research collaboration while maintaining authentic cultural scientific traditions and technological development approaches. Creative and artistic development had flourished through universal communication that enabled global artistic collaboration while preserving and enhancing cultural creative traditions. Artists could share their cultural heritage globally while learning from international artistic traditions and participating in global creative projects. Creative development flourishing through universal communication preserves and enhances cultural creative traditions, Martinez noted during artistic development assessment. Universal communication enables global artistic collaboration while maintaining authentic cultural creative identity and traditional artistic approaches. The universal translator collaboration had evolved into partnership relationships that recognized humanity's achievement of advanced communication civilization status, capable of managing cognitive enhancement independently, while continuing to benefit from translator guidance for galactic communication preparation. Universal Translator Partnership recognizes humanity's achievement of advanced communication civilization status, Chen reported during translator relationship assessment. Continued cooperation prepares humanity for galactic communication while maintaining autonomous cognitive enhancement management. By 2024, the integrated universal communication civilization had demonstrated that humanity could successfully combine cognitive enhancement with cultural preservation to create a global society that enhanced human communication potential while preserving everything valuable about cultural diversity and individual authenticity. Integrated universal communication civilization proves humanity's capability for cognitive enhancement within cultural preservation frameworks, Mitchell concluded during comprehensive assessment. Universal communication enhances human potential while preserving cultural diversity and individual authenticity through ethical enhancement integration. The most remarkable achievement was demonstrating that universal communication created positive feedback loops for cultural development. Enhanced communication enabled communities to preserve and develop their cultural heritage while contributing to global knowledge and understanding. Universal communication creates positive cultural development feedback through enhanced heritage preservation and global knowledge contribution, Torres noted during cultural feedback analysis. Enhanced communication amplifies cultural preservation and development rather than creating cultural homogenization or individual identity loss. Community integration had evolved to where universal communication strengthened rather than disrupted local cultural relationships and community identity. Enhanced communication capability served community development and cultural preservation while enabling global participation and international understanding. Community integration ensures universal communication strengthens local cultural relationships while enabling global participation, Wang reported during community assessment. Enhanced communication serves community development and cultural preservation while providing international understanding and global cooperation opportunities. The global mind represented humanity's successful integration of cognitive enhancement technology with cultural preservation principles that ensured continued human diversity, authentic individual development, and community cultural identity throughout enhanced communication capability that served universal human understanding and global cooperation. The global mind demonstrates successful cognitive enhancement integration with cultural preservation that serves universal human understanding, Chen concluded in her final global communication assessment. Universal communication enables infinite human potential for understanding and cooperation, while preserving everything valuable about cultural diversity and individual authenticity throughout humanity's continued evolution toward enhanced global consciousness. The global mind established permanent frameworks for continued human communication development that would serve humanity throughout its continued evolution, while honoring the cultural diversity, individual authenticity, and community identity that make human civilization valuable and worth preserving throughout infinite global understanding and cooperation. The language virus, how English infected every human brain in 1961.